Chapter 33 of Puss in Boots Jr. and Tom Thumb. A Maiden All Forlorn. As soon as the dog that worried the cat had disappeared, no one seemed at all interested. The sight of a dog falling from the sky and running off as if it were an everyday occurrence was enough to flabbergast anybody. Jack, who had gone into the barn to feed the horses, was the first to speak. "What makes you all so quiet?" he asked. "Is it bad enough to have on the farm a maiden all forlorn? But if you are all going to get that way too, why, I'm going out of the building business." "We are not forlorn," cried Tom Thumb. "We're surprised. I've seen falling stars, but not falling dogs." "Perhaps it was a dog star," said Jack. And then everybody laughed except the maiden all forlorn, who stood at the fence looking perfectly miserable. "Introduce me, won't you?" said Puss. "This is the maiden all forlorn that milked the cow with the crumpled horn." But the maiden never smiled. Instead, she wiped a tear from her pretty blue eyes and gave a long sigh. Just then, a very badly dressed person came toward them. He had on an old straw hat, and his coat was torn in many places. His trousers were frayed at the bottom, and his shoes were full of holes. "This is the man all tattered and torn that kissed the maiden all forlorn," cried Jack. The maiden all forlorn gave a scream. "Don't let him come near me! I won't be kissed! I won't!" "Indeed you shall not!" cried Puss Jr., whipping out his sword. "Come a step nearer, you thing of shred and patches, and I'll run you through with my trusty sword." The man all tattered and torn stopped short. He didn't like the flashing eye and fierce whisker of Puss Jr. "She was forlorn before I kissed her," he said. "Was she?" said Puss Jr. "Well, you didn't cure her, did you? I'll wager she's forlorner than ever." "Of course I am," sobbed the maiden. "What right had he to kiss me?" "What are you doing around here anyway?" asked little Tom Thumb. "I think you're a tramp." "So do I," cried Jack. "If you don't get out, I'll put you in the cornfield for a scarecrow." And this so frightened the man all tattered and torn that he took to his heels and ran off. End of chapter 33. Recording by Kristin Micalizio.